from New York. There we go. Zoom in a little bit. Still giving that shit. And show a bit of myself. A bit of myself. Alright. I hope everybody's having a week. What I'm gonna do today with a marker. Usually I have my calligraphy pen. I might grab I was taking the flow of the marker. That's how I started these. Although I like the calligraphy pen. It gives it that precise nature. But the thing with the markers, if you can tell, this part of the piece was done with a marker. The strokes are different. There's a certain limitation. With the calligraphy pen, which is nice, honestly, sometimes, but when I was revisiting the piece, I was like, man, I like the calligraphy pen. To be honest, on canvas, it's the only way to do it. But that flow the marker has when making the piece, and it enables me to bolden the piece to whenever I see fit. It's a nice gesture. And people will criticize you for the tools you use to create, no matter how limited you are, right? For example, oil painting has its dominance in the art world. So, in a way, if you can't afford oil paint, you're not going to qualify for that bracket, right? So, depending how you choose to look at art, depending on how you choose to develop your practice, right? You're going to be limited to the quality of the materials you want to use and the quality you want to uphold, and therefore I will never judge you, never once, for you choosing to use handmade paper, quality grade art, you know what I mean? Like, I think your medium, your language that you try to uphold is definitely the primary thing, and if the material that you use happens to be the major component to the language, right, then your materials should be upheld in a way. But either way, the language transcends the work. As valuable as the work is in the whole trade of humanity, right? The beauty of art, essentially, as much as this piece might hold a certain value, the beauty of art and this piece in general is what it can communicate. It's what it can enable in the future, right? It's so powerful because of that. And that enabling factor, I think, came about when the Impressionists started to set a precedent, and then the abstract artists and expressionists started to take on that baton and pass it forward by breaking another barrier. And even though we might live in a world where we don't know where that barrier lies and what we ought to do with the obvious question, right? About AI and yeah. Either way, I am definitely digging this piece the way it's coming out. It's been a while in the making. You know, the huge for artists, the likes. We always have multiple pieces going on at once, only to gain full gratitude once it's done. Because if it's sitting there hanging, just waiting for the day, you're like, ah, shenanigans. I gotta do some work over here. There's a whole being waiting to be spoken for. Yeah, I go all out. Let's see if there's any questions for you guys. Let's see, live. Okay. That sounds so exciting. Now that I'm live, Jen, I totally want to be friends. Welcome. Oh, look at that. Now I can do my little lives with two. That's a perk for sure. There we go. Alright. So now I have a cool little system here where if you guys want to chat, ask some questions, just say hello. Let's not hear myself. Don't need that. Alright. Either way, I think we're making some solid progress here. For sure. Ooh, man. Anybody just joining the chat, please feel free to make any questions, drop a comment below. I'll try not to fuck up your steak in the middle. Alright. That's gonna be my sleep for the night. Is this on? Oh, look at that. Vicious. Vicious. Look at it. Still has a bit of that frozen too. Oh. Yeah, full on. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Sleep over. I love you all.